Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Juice Road to the Show series here on MLB The Show 24. We are back. Last episode, we won a World Series with the New York Yankees. Then at the end of that episode, we chose to go to the direct enemy of the New York Yankees, not the Boston Red Sox, but the New York Mets. We went from the Bronx to Queens, became the villain, and we are back in the postseason again. As I start the episode, we have made it to the the NLCS game number 7. We won 102 games during the regular season. I simulated the rest of the year other than the games that we played at the very, very beginning of the our career here in New York, our season with New York at the very end of last episode. So I simulated the rest of the season. We had a fantastic year. I'll show you guys all the stats and the awards that we won. So here is our regular season with the Mets. 62 home runs, 314 average, over a 1,000 OPS, as you would expect from the Juice. And then we have MVP, we have Hank Aaron, we have All-Star appearances, Gold Gloves, Silver Sluggers, all of the stuff you would expect the Juice to get, he got at 37 years old. He's the greatest of all time. Now, our contract, I'm pretty sure, is a 1-1. I'm pretty sure we have this year on the contract with the Mets, but then we have a player option that we were most likely going to reject and then go join another new team for another season. And we'll just keep doing this until we end up calling it a career. But those are the stats that we had during the regular season. And we have made it all the way. These are all simulation games. I did not jump into any of these games and play any of these games. This is just the way the simulation has lucked out for us. If I would have jumped in, we wouldn't have been in Game 7. Let's just be fair about that. So we've made it to Game 7 of the NLCS. We will play this game, hopefully win it, then go to the World Series, play the World Series games, whoever we play against, and then we will choose, hopefully, a new team as long as we can. I think we have a player option. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we have a player option that we can opt out of for this offseason. But if we do, then we will opt out of that, choose a new team. Hopefully it's a cool team that offers us a nice contract. And maybe I'm saying all this and that probably won't happen because what if we retire? Like, that's a possibility. We are 37 years old. I don't know when this career is going to end up. I don't know if I have to manually choose to retire or if it's just going to do it for me. Like, I have absolutely no idea. So we are on this journey together. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we've got Game 7 of the NLCS coming up. It's going to get crazy. We're only hitting 271 in the playoffs because I haven't jumped in. So now that we're jumping in, we're going to be hitting like 16,000 in the NLCS. But I would love to get a World Series title with both New York teams. I think that'd be pretty darn cool. Don't you think that'd be pretty cool to win a World Series with both the Yankees and the Mets? The only thing I'm upset about with joining the New York Mets is the fact that they took my number away. And they gave it to some single-A guy who's playing for nobody. He's playing in front of 50 people. And he's wearing number 24. They gave me number 33. It's kind of like when Jordan went back to the Bulls and he's playing at number 45. That's kind of what it feels like to me, in my opinion. But hopefully the next team that we sign with, number 24, is available for us. But this Philly team has given us a lot of problems here. I can see why they made us go to 7 games with them, but I'm keeping us in this one. If I wasn't on this team, this Mets team would not be anywhere close to Game 7 of the NLCS. I've produced pretty much all these runs, I think, to this point. I'm not 100% sure, but okay, there we go. Finally, the team backs me up and give me some extra support. I feel like the starting pitcher needing some extra support, but that's another big-time home run from the big dog himself. I don't even see that one land. That had to have gone second deck at least, maybe even third. I don't even know if there is a third deck in this ballpark. And the Mets have won Game 7, and we will head to the World Series. It's a beautiful thing. First time the Mets have been in the World Series since, well, when they lost to the Who'd they lose to in that World Series? Was it the Royals? Was that World Series? Or was that the No, because the Cubs beat the Guardians. That's what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what's that World Series. I'm pretty sure the Mets lost to the Royals when the Royals won in like 2015. I think that's what that was. 2015 World Series. I think I have that right. Who knows? Who cares? Although they could have been in a World Series in this simulation. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But we do make it out, and we're taking on the Astros. Of all the teams, we're taking on the Astros. Do I want to jump in? I might want to. We lose game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. Okay. It's 2-1 lead. I'll jump in here. I'll jump in for game number 4. Mainly because I want to win World Series MVP and playoff MVP, obviously. So I got to hit a bunch of home runs if I want to win those awards. Because I got to add them to my resume. So let's get the job done. Let's get this bread, brother. Hey, brother. Runner on first. They're just begging me to get some RBIs. Throw them on the platter. Is that out? Oh, was that out? I think I just hit that over the little arch thing that they have at the back of the stadium there. Like the place the train goes on. I think, let's watch this. Does this go out of the park? 466. It goes over that light. It does. I hit that baseball out of the ballpark. Man, if we were playing in Cincinnati, I'd be hitting bombs into the river. Well, probably not because I'm not a lefty. If I was a lefty, I'd be hitting bombs into the river in Cincinnati. But that one went over and out of the ballpark. That's crazy. Is that one out too? I didn't see that one come down. It might have went out of the ballpark as well. That's the 10th home run of the postseason for the Juice. Does this one go over as well? Boom. Smoking baseballs. Does this one go over the wall? I think it's got a good shot. It's only 411 this time. But it does. It goes over the train tracks and into pedestrian territory, civilian areas. That's a meatball into center field. First hit of the episode that wasn't a home run. Not all home runs. Sometimes they're base hits. Sometimes they're doubles. Rarely ever are they triples. But all we got to do is smoke a baseball one more time. That's a perfect, as it always should be. And that one's got a good shot of going over as well. I mean, at this point, we might as well just assume that every baseball goes over because it's not like I'm not going to hit it over the wall. I mean, are you kidding me? Look at this one. Boom! Right in the center of the bat. Barreled up a baseball like nobody's business. Swinging those hips. I'm sexy. I'm still not used to number 33 being next to my name, but it is what it is. We're only here for one more game probably because this is only game 4, so we got to win this one and then go and win game 5 and then take the World Series right out of the hands of the Stros, the cheaters. That's a big victory. 3-1 series lead over the Astros. I wish that we wouldn't have lost. I think it was game 1 we lost, right? I wish we wouldn't have lost that game. I guess I could have jumped in if I didn't want to lose a game. But it adds a little bit more drama, doesn't it? Now we're hitting 348. We're definitely winning World Series MVP, that's for sure. I just want to win. I just want to win the good old-fashioned playoff MVP so I can keep adding to my record books. Add it to the resume. I mean, oh my God, that sounded like I tore the cover off the ball. That's not coming down. That's going to the moon. That's going to outer space. The aliens are going to get a souvenir on that one. That one felt like I destroyed it. 7-3. I mean, it's the second inning. It's already 7-3. I think there might have been one runner on base, but I don't think there was that many runs. Should I go 2 here? Of course I'm going 2. I'm getting aggressive. Nah, that was just because I didn't want to run the bases, or not run the bases, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to speed things up a little bit, I guess. Oh, that's a little blooper. Those count as bloopers for me because I don't really like hit the baseball soft anymore. I'm all about the power, so anything that goes to the wall that's not a home run or a double or anything is really just a blooper for me. But that is an RBI. Another one. Is he going to go to second or third? He will not. Only one RBI. It's the third inning. We're up 11-3. Okay, now we go to the 6th. The Astros, all their fans are crying. They are seeing their World Series chances slip out of their fingers. Is that going to get caught? Oh, it's off the top of the wall, very top of the wall. That's about as close as you can get to not hitting a home run in this ballpark on that side. That's kind of wild. Oh my God, the Astros have come back in this game. It is 11-12 in the top of the 9th. I got to step my game up, but I didn't right there. Are they going to take this one? And they do. The Astros have come back and won that game. They scored 7 runs in the 8th inning. 2 in the 7th and 7 in the 8th. That's actually wild. I was hoping that we would just end the series here and take home the title, but I mean, the Astros, I was talking about how their fans were watching their hopes slip away out of their fingers and stuff, but they heard me apparently, and they came back and won that game. That's crazy that we allowed that to happen. But at least, hopefully, we will get to now win the game here and hoist the trophy in front of our home fans. That's always the better solution anyway. Nobody ever likes to win on the road when it's a deciding game. But we already lead 1-0. They're asking me for more RBIs. I mean, ask and you shall receive. I mean, you put runners on base, I'm going to deliver. That's what I do. That is what I do. I want to see that apple be raised every single time I'm at the plate, baby. Every single time I'm at the plate. Ooh, that one did not feel very good off the bat, but that's a no-doubter. That one did not feel very good off the bat. I thought I got like the very tip of the bat on that tip. But it works. It goes out. That's just pure power from the Juice, even in his advanced age. He's like a dinosaur out here at 37 years old. Like an absolute dinosaur, but he's still got that pop. He's still got that power. And it looks like if we can hold this lead, it looks like we should be able to hold the trophy at the end of the night. And I hate doing these dynamic challenges now. It's not like I'm going to get anything crazy from these packs. So it's just kind of like a waste of time. I almost don't want to do the challenges. I didn't try to not do that challenge there. I actually tried to hit that home run. It goes over. Okay, I thought he might have been able to make the play at the wall. It does go over. Some of these hits have not felt amazing off the bat, but they've been going over with just pure old man strength. Pure, unadulterated man strength. Although that one goes right to the third baseman. Good play by the third baseman. Respect to him. Is that going to be the final time? And it is. The Mets are World Series champions back-to-back for the Juice with 2 different ball clubs in the same city. But his last ever hit as a New York Met's going to be an out to third base. That's kind of crazy. I was hoping to be a home run, but you can't win them all. And it's always good to see the Astros go home crying. Another World Series for the good guys. Or at least the good guy. I really need to add up all the World Series that I have because the Juice has got a lot of them. He won all of the ones in the 6 years we were in Cleveland. I think I won at least 2, maybe 3 in Texas, which is kind of shocking because I was there for 10 years. So we didn't win that many. And then I didn't win any in the 2 years I was in Toronto. And then now I've won one with the Yankees and the Mets. So I've won a good amount of them. I just can't remember exactly how many. All right, but here's the big decision after we open this pack. See, like, we're not really going to get anything crazy. It's just gold stuff, but I have diamond stuff, so why would I need gold stuff? But it is what it is. We'll get rid of the notification, and now here's the big decision. Hopefully, we have the chance to... Okay, here we go. You are scheduled to make $39.9 million this upcoming season. Would you like to exercise your contract option with the Mets? No. So I've declined my player option, and we are now a free agent. So we didn't retire. We're still playing. And we are having the chance to get ourselves another contract. Did we, in fact, win the MVP? We did win World Series MVP, and we won playoff MVP. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we add more stuff to that. All right, let's get started here. Get some contracts offered. Oh, is nobody going to offer me a contract? I am 38 years old. Okay, here we go. So we have the Cubs saying that they withdrew a contract offer. I guess I should have checked. Orioles, Tigers, and Padres. I've only been in the National League for 1 year. Those offers aren't really tickling the fancy. The Padres withdrew their offer, but now they're back in it, and the Mets have come in with a new offer. The Tigers withdrew their offer. The Marlins are in now. The Padres got rid of their offer, but the Marlins. Do I want to go to the Marlins? Do I want to go down to South Beach? That might not be too bad. Play a year in Miami? I might be okay with that. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm talking myself into it. I think we might be... Oh my God. They have a 98 overall catcher on their roster. Luckily, we're a 99, so we're going to start either way, but they have a 98 overall catcher that they presumably drafted at some point. That's crazy. I don't really ever see, like, CPU guys get that good, or CPU-generated players that get drafted there get that highly rated, but that's pretty awesome. So I do have a 1-year contract. 39.6 is fine. Actually, you know what? Make it 39.5. I'll be generous. I'll take a 100,000 off. 39.5 for one singular season. We won't have to decline a player option or anything. Let's ask for that, and they've accepted it. So we are now in South Beach for a season. The Juice has taken his talents to South Beach to play for the Miami Marlins. That's actually wild. The more I think about it, the more I like it, because I do like the jerseys that the Marlins wear. Not the new ones. They're old school ones back when they were the Florida Marlins. The pinstripe one. I've talked about, I'm a sucker for pinstripes. I love pinstripe uniforms. The Marlins ones back in the day with Josh Beckett and Hanley Ramirez, and who else is on those baseball teams? David Lee, I think, was on the baseball team for a little bit. Carlos Delgado, I think, played for that team. Or at least the Marlins in that era. I don't know if he was on the championship team or not. A lot of good memories of those Marlins teams. But that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to choose them. Because I wanted to wear those jerseys. So we have now played 20 MLB seasons. When will we retire? That's a hard thing to say. Because we've played 20 MLB seasons with the Guardians, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Mets, and now the Marlins. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 baseball teams in 20 years. So many World Series, you can't even count them. So many MVPs, you can't even count them. I haven't been injured in a long time. Knock on wood. Last time I was injured was 2038, and now we're in 2044. So I've played in 162 games for a long time now. We've made more money than you could ever even need. Like, my children's 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 children, and probably even further than that, will be set up for life with the amount of money that we made. Because not only did we have a nice contract with the Guardians, but we also made absolute bank with the Rangers. We took the max contract offer they gave us, which was, I think, like $400 million or something crazy like that. Then we got paid by the Blue Jays. We got paid by the Yankees and the Mets, and now we're getting paid $40 million basically by the Marlins. So, you know what? Let's jump in here. We're not going to go too much longer. We usually only play a couple of series with the new team before we simulate the season. So let's do the dang thing. We're playing the Pirates at home. I can choose the uniform. This is the whole reason why I wanted to. Why does it say the Mets? Okay, it changed. This is the whole reason why I chose them, because I love these uniforms right here and these uniforms right here. These 93s are pretty sexy, especially this one. This one's real sexy. And then these ones, not these. These are like the Giancarlo Stanton, Mark Burley, Jose Reyes. Those are those uniforms. But these are the Marlins uniforms that I grew up on. So we're gonna rock these ones anytime that I'm playing with them. All right. Can't wait to debut with the new team. Maybe get them a World Series, because they've got 2 of them in their franchise history. But they haven't got one for a long time, and they've been pretty sucky for a long time. Look at the new unit. Look at the drip. And I might even need to update Juice's his look a little bit. He's been growing his hair out, and he's been getting a little bit of salt in the pepper beard. And the first home run as a Marlin, I almost said a Florida Marlin player, as a Miami Marlin player. And I do have number 24. I am noticing that now. They've given me back number 24. So we just had a weird anomaly of a season where we were number 33 for the Mets, but we are back at number 24. And I think it's safe to say we're the best number 24 ever in any sport, no matter what sport it is. But certainly in baseball. No disrespect to the GOAT, Ken Griffey Jr., but I think we are the best number 24 ever. And that is our first home run as a Marlins player. Oh, I got to switch the bat thing, though. I got to switch the flip. Flip? I've been having that for a little bit too long now. I wonder if they're getting that catcher any playing time, or because I'm here now. Because it says over in the left there, right by my little picture, that I am playing catcher. So I wonder if they moved him to DH, or if he's just, knowing the AI, they probably just sat him down and he's just sitting behind me. They just have a 98 overall player sitting on the bench because I'm here now. But if I didn't want to wear these uniforms as much as I did, I probably wouldn't have taken his spot. But I mean, to be fair, he should understand, I'm the greatest to ever live. So if I want to come in and play some baseball for your team, you're going to have to step aside and let the GOAT play. I mean, that's just the fact of life. I'm not speaking anything other than the truth. If the GOAT says he wants to play for your team, and you're the starting catcher of that team, or any starting position on that team, and the GOAT plays that same position, you got to just step aside and say, hey, I'll get it back when you leave, because your track history says you're going to leave after a season anyway. So I'll take my lump, I'll sit on the bench for a season, learn behind the greatest, and then next year when you're gone to another team, or retired, who knows, then I'll get back in the starting spot. So, and I'm mentoring him. I'm teaching him the ways of the juice. It's kind of like the Karate Kid when he goes and talks to Mr. Miyagi. I'm Mr. Miyagi. It's kind of like that. It's like the wax on, wax off. I'm mentoring him. It's like Master Roshi mentoring Krillin and Goku. That's what it is. I'm the mentor now. I'm not the mentee anymore. I was at one point the mentee, but I learned. I surpassed. The student has become the master. And I'm now imparting my wisdom onto the youth. I'm spreading the love to the children, teaching them the ways of the juice. That's the whole thing. Like, I gotta get a t-shirt that says the ways of the juice, because I'm teaching the next generation how to become the greatest of all time. I know it's difficult. It's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask the next generation to try to live up to what I've done, because I've done something that probably will never be reached again. I've reached heights that only you can dream, and you might not even be able to dream of the heights that I've reached. That's how massive I've become a global sensation. I'm on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I'm not even a Hollywood actor. I've got a star on the Walk of Fame. That's how goated I've become. That's the levels. There's levels to this, and I've reached the highest of the highs. I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm at even more of a higher mountain than Mount Everest. You put a couple of Mount Everest on top of each other, and I'm still higher than that. Nobody will ever touch anything I've ever done in this business. And so, even if I could put on a fraction, a percentage of that, if I could pass that on to the youth, to the next generation, well, then that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Now, I don't know if they're going to absorb it. I don't know if they've got any sponge-like qualities to them where they can absorb all the knowledge they need to absorb. But we'll try it. We'll try. I mean, they've already got a 98 overall, so obviously he's doing something right. But he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. He hasn't gotten to my level, and he will never get to my level. But if he can get to even a second level below me, or a couple levels below me, then that would be probably pretty cool. That's a Hall of Famer. Obviously, we already talked about in the past couple episodes how they need to build. They're going to build a whole different building at Cooperstown just to house my bust, because that's how much of a different player I am than any other Hall of Famer that's in Cooperstown. Not even just a different wing, a whole other building. And all that's in there is my bust and all of my records that I've ever accomplished and everything that I've done in my career. It's not even just a separate wing of the Hall of Fame building that's in Cooperstown. It's just a whole nother building next to it. And that's where the GOATs go. That's where, you know what? More than GOAT. What's more than a GOAT? What's more than the greatest of all time? The greatest to ever live? What's that? The greatest to ever live. So GTEL. Gattel? I'm a Gattel? That's what I am. I'm so good there's not even a word for it. I've surpassed GOAT. I've ascended to a level beyond GOAT. I'm not even a GOAT anymore. I'm higher than the GOAT. The only people that breathe this air are me and the person that created the cheeseburger. That is the only two people that breathe the air that I breathe. The greatest things to ever come onto the earth. The juice and the cheeseburger. And we are dominating. I'm not even talking about dominating the Pirates. I've gone on a little bit of a rant. I've gotten a little bit ahead of myself, a little bit out of control. I haven't even talked about beating the Pirates. I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there. But that's what happens. It's kind of like the Venom symbiote. I kind of get into, when I'm recording the Juice Road to the show, I kind of get into the Juice mindset. Forget about me as a person. I flip the switch and I turn into the Juice and I start talking. I start bragging. I start naming accomplishments. Listing off people that I've taken out because I'm just the best. And I just slip into that mode, that mindset, and it's hard to slip back in. It's hard to control it, man. It's hard to control. At some point, when does the Juice become you, and when do you become the Juice? When can you separate? Like, it's hard. It's hard to separate from the Juice. He's just that magnetic character, and it helps that he's super sexy, and he's an ultra trillionaire, and he's the most powerful person to ever live in baseball and in the world. So, I mean, how do you, with those three qualities, how do you not want to slip into that mindset? So, I apologize. We are in the bottom of the ninth, though, so I got to step it up here. All right, that should tie it. I've been kind of slacking off here. There we go. That's a nice little home run. Already 10 home runs. I didn't even realize I was hitting that many home runs. Did we win, though? Oh, we lost. We went into extras and lost. Hey, it wasn't my fault. I got us tied. And I think the last thing we will do is we will play. I think there was a series against the Braves. So we will probably play that. And then we will wrap up this video. And then, like always, we will simulate to the end of the season. And we will get, hopefully, to the playoffs. And then win another World Series. Oh, no, it's not the Braves. It's the Angels. And it's at home. I want to play a road series. So let's simulate these three games. We lost all three of them. That's not ideal, but whatever. I want to play a road series because I want to wear the road jerseys. So we'll play against the Cardinals, and I will choose the uniforms. And I want to rock. Do they have the cutoffs? Not the cutoffs, but the sleeveless with the undershirts. Those are my favorite, but I don't think the Marlins have them. Let's rock the alternate road 2003s because these are sexy. As of right now, we are hitting 760 on the year. We'll have to see at the end of the simulation, at the end of the season, when we come back next episode, how much that has gone down. Because I probably won't jump into another game until that next episode. So we'll have to see how bad or good the simulation is for us. Because usually when we play these like week and a half amount of games that we jump into at the beginning of every season, usually it catapults us to having really good sim stats. I mean, the past 2 years we've had 60+ home runs. So usually when we do these beginning of the season games where we hit a bunch of home runs to start, it kind of catapults us. It kind of holds us to a different level of simulation than it usually would. Like if I wasn't going to simulate. Oh, I bounced off the glove. That's kind of crazy. Oh, you didn't go. Oh my God. I thought you were going to go. Oh, now he's going. What's happening? What is this base running? It's going to work out somehow. We're going to get an RBI out of that. I have no idea how that happened, but I'm not going to complain because that was kind of crazy. 10-1 against the Cardinals. But yeah, if I wasn't going to simulate, or if I wasn't going to jump in, I was going to simulate the entire year. We probably would have some crazy numbers. But we've had seasons in the past where I haven't jumped in at all, and we've had like 40 home runs. And those are seasons where we didn't get hurt, really. So it just matters. It depends. It depends on if I jump in and play some games or not. Usually I don't, but the only time I jump in is when we do these episodes at the very beginning. So if I can put as many home runs and as many stats on the board as possible, I guess that's good. Is that going to go over? No, actually, I got out. That's the first time I've gotten out on a fly ball in a long time. Usually the times I get out is when I hit line drives to third base. We do get the win, though. 19-time Silver Slugger. I love that. That's awesome. Can we get it to 20? Probably. If we keep playing the way that we've been playing here, we probably can. And like I've mentioned before, at this point, we are 20 years deep into this road to the show, so there's probably nobody left. Even the youngest of young prospects, I would assume the guys that are like barely turned 18 are probably not in the big leagues anymore, and if they are, they're in free agency as like a 40 overall or a 50 overall because they're super, super old at this point. But even if that, I doubt that's a thing. I think that at this point, we've probably cycled through the entirety of everybody that's real. And now we're solely into guys that have been auto-generated. Which is kind of cool, because then you get to see, like, I mean, we got that catcher behind us that we saw was like a 98 overall. You get to see the next generation of guys and see kind of who becomes that next superstar, the next Mike Trout, or the next Ken Griffey Jr., the next Bryce Harper, whatever. Name your guy. Steven Strasburg in his prime. Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, whatever you want to name your guy. Obviously, I left off the juice because there's nobody ever, like we talked about this, there's nobody ever going to be the juice. Let's just be real. So you gotta go to that next level, that level below, or maybe even 2 levels below. It would be cool, though, if we retired and one of the teams put our jersey number up in their Ring of Honor or something, like maybe the Rangers. Probably not. Would the Guardians put our number? I mean, we were there for 6 seasons. We won 6 titles. So they probably would, simply on that fact alone. Maybe if we were there a little bit longer, they certainly would have, but I don't know. I mean, the Rangers would, because we were there for 10 years. We put up crazy numbers. That's where we broke most of our records, was with the Rangers. We broke all of the home run records with the Rangers. So, I mean, I would assume that they would do that. They would put us in their Ring of Honor. Probably not the Blue Jays. Certainly not the Blue Jays, because we were only there for 2 years and we didn't win a championship. So we probably wouldn't get our number retired with the Blue Jays. But, I mean, maybe the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are a tough one because they have way too many. I don't even know how they have any numbers to begin with, because all their numbers seem to be retired. But maybe the Yankees would be a team that would retire a number. Probably not. The Mets, maybe, because we brought them a world championship. And maybe the Marlins, depending on if we win a championship here or not. Because we're putting up historic numbers already. I mean, we've got, what, like 20 home runs already in this season? And we've played like a week? Or maybe a week and a half? So we've been crushing baseballs all day. Crushing baseballs all day. It's easy out here. Easy. Look at the juice. Look at the juice. Look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the wrist. Although we are down 5-1. I need more guys to get on base so I can get more RBIs. Because I'm hitting home runs, but I mean, it's not really doing much in terms of the score if it's only 1 run every time. Especially when the Cardinals got 5 already. You got to help me out here, boys. Help me out. We got a boss challenge. Carter Rush. Carter Rush is a boss? All right. Let's see what you got, big dog. You think you can play with the big boys? I don't think so. You can't pitch with the big boys. Oh, that's second deck. I thought that was going to drop first deck, but that was second deck. You love to see it. All right, we're starting to claw our way back, and they're going to walk me. Oh, you son of a bee. How dare you. We got to extra innings, though. We got to extra innings. Too bad it's not a walk-off situation, but I can give us the lead here. Marty Pryor. I wonder if he's related to Mark. Let's get this job done. Let's get this job done. Let's get this job done. We gotta win this game. I don't want to lose to the Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals. And that one's gonna be gone. It is now 8-6. Top of the 10th. Ooh, feed it to me. Keep feeding me. Feed me more, baby. Is that the W? And it is. Oh, we added an extra run on top of that. We added an extra run on top of that, and I think that's going to wrap up this episode. So not only did we win a World Series with the New York Mets, but we signed another contract, another one-year deal with the Marlins, and we hit a bunch of home runs with them as we debuted with them. So hopefully, next episode, when I come back with you guys, we have made the playoffs and made the NLCS, possibly even the World Series, depending on where I choose to stop the simulation. So we'll have to wait and see. But we already know what our stats are. Well, I haven't even looked at this stuff yet. So, okay, so would this tell me if I won the World Series every year? Oh, this might be a good way to track how many World Series I've won. And here's our career earnings, by the way. $560 million is how much we've made over our 20-year career. And our Hall of Fame potential is completely maxed. I mean, there shouldn't even be a bar. It should be broken. Okay, so I can... Oh, wait. I went all the way back to the top. Can I just start at the bottom? Beautiful. I can start right at the bottom. Okay, so we only started 2029, but we know we won all 6 World Series with the Guardians. So we signed a 10-year deal with the Rangers. We did not win a World Series this year, I don't think. No, okay, we didn't win the World Series. We did win the Triple Crown. We won the World Series. So we have 7 World Series right now. 7 World Series. 8 World Series in 2032. 8 World Series championships. I completely forgot this feature existed. 8 World Series. I'm not seeing any more. We made the postseason a bunch of times, but we did not win the World Series. And these are all stuff that I simulated too, so that's why we didn't win World Series. So we only currently have 8 World Series. We've only won 2 with the Rangers, and we signed a 10-year deal. So maybe that's a failure of a contract, if you think about it. Still haven't won a World Series. Still only won 2 with the Rangers. There it is. There's another one. So our final year with the Rangers. So we won 3 World Series with the Rangers. That's 9 championships we've won in our career. Then we go to the Blue Jays. We know we didn't win any with the Blue Jays. But we did get a home run derby with the Blue Jays, so that's pretty cool. And we've seen all this stuff before. We didn't win any World Series with the Blue Jays. We know this. We signed the Yankee contract, so that's our 10th World Series. And then our 11th. So we won 11 World Series championships in our time. We've won 11 World Series, or 10 World Series championships in our time. Or wait, what did I say? 11 or 10? Oh no. It's 11, right? Because, yeah, we won 6 with the Guardians, 3 with the Rangers, none with the Blue Jays, 1 with the Yankees, and 1 with the Mets. So that is 11. Math is mathin'. 11 World Championships in our career. That's pretty awesome. And here is all of our stats for the entirety of our career. We have obviously a ton of hits, and we have 3,819. I didn't even check. That's got to be better than Pete Rose, right? I haven't even kept track of that. Not the standings. MLB records. Oh, it's 4,256. We are still a decent amount away from... That's how crazy Pete Rose is. You think how crazy Pete Rose is? 4,200 hits in a career is crazy. I mean, look at the career that we're having, and we've only got to 3,800. So I guess that's the final milestone that we have to get to before we retire. Hopefully we can get to it before we retire, but that was kind of a nice little trip down our entire stat catalog stuff. Our scouting report, we've hit how many home? Who's the most? I can't scout or I can't sort by thing. I was wondering who was the team with the most home runs we've hit on, and it looks like it is 76 with the Tigers. And that's probably because we played so much with the Guardians and the Rangers in the American League. We just played the Tigers a lot. But that is going to wrap up this episode. We joined the Marlins. We won the World Series of the Mets. Our 11th World Series championship in our career. We signed the 1-year deal with the Marlins. And hopefully we can get another World Series, our 12th World Series, and also try to get even closer to the all-time hit king marker, Pete Rose. But we'll have to see how close we get in the next episode. If you guys want to enjoy this episode, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.